Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Today our topic is about hijab. Whenever we talk about hijab, it always seems to be about the girls covering their hair.
It's all focused on the ladies, and while some of the chicas here might like the attention, we must realize that men also have a hijab. Yes, it's a little different from the girls, but it's still there. You can't just ignore it.
Whenever we saw this image, this photo of the hijab, it represents an image to the outsiders, like the non-Muslims, that the girls are lollipops and the flies, all the males are dirty flies. Now, let me tell you a story about, it's just a true story about the hijab and what's going on nowadays, which is a true story. Once there were 4 hijabi girls who were all wearing hijab.
And here we have our guy, or our male figure, riding a bike to wherever. And he's a very religious guy. I mean, check out his mustache.
Check out his beard.
And he's a very smart guy. Check out his glasses.
And check out his beard.
And from our hijabi group here comes a non-hijabi girl.
Very pretty one.
And our guy seems to really, really, really like her. And of course, our guy woos her away and steals her heart.
Oh.
So then, our lovely couple decides to get married. Woo! However, our guy decides to make a big deal about hijab.
And she agrees to it. She must really love him.
So, let's recap here. Here's what happened. First, he looks at the girl without her scarf on. Second, he falls for her and makes her fall for him. Whatever. Either way, they both fall in love. And then, lastly, when they're about to get married, he makes a big deal about hijab after they decide to get married. This is kind of controversial, considering at first he looks at the girl without her hijab, and then afterwards he's making a big deal about the fact that she's not wearing a hijab.
And that was the same guy who was keep on saying about hijab, hijab, hijab.
Since he was a really religious guy.
Yeah. And in the end, he ended up with a girl who was not wearing the hijab.
And going back to our 4 original hijabi girls, who kind of realized that they won't get a guy this way.
So they decided to take off their hijab.
It's not really the fault of the girls. It's really the fault of the guys. The guys are the ones who seem to look more at the girls who aren't wearing the scarves rather than the girls who are. Those girls are perhaps as beautiful as the girl without a hijab. However, all those guys will look at the girl without the hijab on instead of the girl with the hijab on. They won't look at them as equals or as anything else. They prefer a girl without her hijab on first. And that's the end of our story. Hope you enjoyed.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajam.